Shadows of Silence. The Hammersmith Ghost Murders. Introduction. In 1803, the quiet streets of Hammersmith, London, became the setting for one of the most chilling cases of paranoia, murder, and superstition. It was a time when fear of the supernatural held as much weight as fear of crime itself. This story isn't just about a murder. It's about how belief can turn into tragedy. Act 1. The Ghost of Hammersmith. For weeks, rumors had circulated about a ghost haunting the graveyard in Hammersmith. Locals reported seeing a white figure gliding through the darkness, its ghastly form sending shivers down spines. Some claimed it was the spirit of a man who had taken his own life, a tormented soul unable to rest because suicide was considered a sin. Fear grew as tales spread of the ghost attacking passers-by. A coachman claimed the figure nearly drove his carriage off the road. A pregnant woman fainted at the sight of the phantom and later miscarried. The community was gripped by terror, convinced that something sinister was stalking the night. Act 2. A Fatal Mistake. Amidst the hysteria, a 29-year-old excise officer named Francis Smith decided to take matters into his own hands. Armed with a shotgun, Smith patrolled the streets of Hammersmith on the evening of January 3, 1804. Determined to confront the ghost and protect his neighbors. Around 11 p.m., Smith encountered a figure dressed in white near the graveyard. Without hesitation, he raised his gun and fired. The figure collapsed to the ground. When Smith approached, he was met not with a ghost, but the lifeless body of Thomas Millwood, a local bricklayer. Millwood had been wearing his white work clothes, linen trousers, a shirt, and an apron, making him an accidental victim of the supernatural panic. Act 3. The Trial. Smith was arrested and charged with murder. During the trial, the court heard testimonies from witnesses, including Millwood's wife, who had warned her husband to wear a dark coat over his work clothes to avoid being mistaken for the ghost. Smith's defense argued that the killing was a tragic accident driven by the hysteria of the ghost sightings. However, the judge instructed the jury to consider whether Smith had acted recklessly, as he had no proof that his target was anything more than a man. The jury returned a verdict of manslaughter, but the judge overruled it, declaring Smith guilty of murder. He was sentenced to death, later commuted to a year's hard labor after public outcry. Act 4. Legacy and Lessons. The Hammersmith Ghost case remains infamous, not only for its tragic outcome, but also for its legal ramifications. It sparked a debate about self-defense and reasonable belief, leading to legal reforms. As for the ghost, it was revealed that a local shoemaker had been masquerading as the phantom to scare his apprentice and prank neighbors. His actions, combined with superstition, had created a domino effect that ended in bloodshed. The Hammersmith case is a haunting reminder of how fear, whether of the supernatural or the unknown, can cloud judgment and lead to irreversible consequences. Conclusion. To this day, the Hammersmith Ghost story serves as a grim tale of human error fueled by superstition and panic. It reminds us that the most dangerous entities often aren't the ones we can't see, but the ones we create in our minds.